The kitchen was a war zone. Flour dusted the counters like fresh snow. Grandma Millie, armed with a whisk and a dream, surveyed the chaos. She was on a mission to bake cookies. Not just any cookies, cookies worthy of her grandson Max. Max, with his gap-toothed grin and love for all things sweet. Grandma Millie was determined. She would conquer the cookie, one burnt batch at a time. Grandma Millie had always been more comfortable with knitting needles than rolling pins. Her attempts at baking usually ended in kitchen mishaps of epic proportions. But for Max, she would brave the oven's fiery wrath. Armed with a recipe book passed down from generations, she embarked on her baking quest. The recipe book, she suspected, was cursed. The first batch of cookies emerged from the oven, charred and smoking. "Well," Grandma Millie muttered, "that's one way to make charcoal." Undeterred, she soldiered on. The second batch, a gooey mess, resembled molten lava more than edible treats. Frustration mounted. The recipe book mocked her with its cheery illustrations and deceptively simple instructions. Grandma Millie was ready to admit defeat. Her dreams of presenting Max with a plate of delicious cookies seemed destined to crumble. She slumped into a chair, defeated by flour, sugar, and her own ineptitude. "Maybe I should just buy cookies," she sighed, eyeing the phone. That's when she noticed it. A faint smell of sulfur hung in the air, mingling with the aroma of burnt cookies. It couldn't be, could it? Grandma Millie glanced nervously over her shoulder, half expecting to see... Well, she didn't know what she expected to see. There, in the middle of her flour-dusted kitchen, a figure materialized. Tall, with eyes like glowing embers and horns that could rival a Texas longhorn. Grandma Millie's jaw dropped. "Well now," the figure rumbled, his voice a deep baritone. "Looks like someone's having a devil of a time." Grandma Millie could only stare. The devil, for it was indeed him, chuckled. "Don't worry, old dear, I'm not here to claim your soul. Unless, of course, you're offering." He winked, and Grandma Millie, despite herself, chuckled. This was turning out to be a rather interesting afternoon. "You see," Grandma Millie began, gesturing at the baking carnage around them, "it's these cookies. I can't seem to bake a decent batch to save my life." The devil raised an eyebrow. "And you summoned me for this?" Section 4. From Brimstone to Brownies, an Unlikely Alliance. Grandma Millie, emboldened by the devil's unexpected patience, poured out her heart. She told him about Max, her grandson, and her burning desire to bake him the best cookies in the world. The devil listened, a strange expression on his face. When she finished, he surprised her with a chuckle. "Well, now, I never thought I'd say this, but you have a point. Those cookies are an abomination." He picked up a charred offering and examined it with a critical eye. "Tell you what," he said, "I'll give you a crash course in baking. Consider it community service." And so began the most unlikely of partnerships. The devil, a surprisingly patient instructor, guided Grandma Millie through the intricacies of baking. He revealed the secrets of fluffy cakes and chewy cookies, all while dodging her attempts to dust his horns with flour. The kitchen, once a battlefield, transformed into a space of laughter and learning. Section 5, Devil's Food Cake, Grandma Style. Under the devil's tutelage, Grandma Millie blossomed. She learned to measure with precision, to knead dough with love, and to coax the oven into producing golden brown perfection. The air, once thick with the scent of burnt offerings, now carried the aroma of freshly baked bread and sweet buttery goodness. The devil, much to his own surprise, found himself enjoying these baking sessions. There was something heartwarming about Grandma Millie's determination, her unwavering love for her grandson. He even confessed that he had a bit of a sweet tooth himself, though he drew the line at sprinkles. "Too flashy," he grumbled. Soon Grandma Millie was baking circles around the devil. Her cookies were the stuff of legend, her cakes masterpieces of culinary delight. She even dared to experiment, adding her own special touches to the devil's tried-and-true recipes. Section 6. Sweet Success and a Sprinkle of Magic. The day Max came to visit, Grandma Millie presented him with a plate piled high with cookies, each one a testament to her newfound skills. Max's eyes widened, and he dug in with gusto. "These are the best cookies ever, Grandma," he declared between bites. Grandma Millie smiled, her heart full. As Max happily devoured his cookies, Grandma Millie caught the devil's eye. He winked, a silent acknowledgement of their shared victory. The devil, she realized, wasn't so bad after all, especially when it came to baking. From then on, Grandma Millie's baking became legendary. Some whispered that her secret ingredient was magic, a touch of the infernal. Grandma Millie just smiled. After all, every good baker has a few secrets up their sleeve.